is, of course, not far from here, and they've been instrumental in helping us mount a number of aircraft, including this one here. Please welcome the PBY Catalina flying boat. It's a real pleasure to have this aircraft back with us after a few years not being able to come across and see us. This was an aircraft produced by Consolidated Aircraft during the Second World War and used by Allied forces primarily in the anti-submarine role, as well as convoy escort, search and rescue missions, and of course cargo transport. Plain Sailing is the operator of this Catalina GPBYA and has over 25 years experience in the airshow business. The aircraft itself is owned by a syndicate of 20 shareholders, both pilots and non-pilots, and it gives an unusual opportunity to be involved in an affordable piece of aviation history. Of course, behind them, however, is a very large and active fan club, the Catalina Society, all of whom combined together and with their base at Duxford Airfield have brought together this aircraft across to Portrush this weekend. Here, very much in its natural operating environment, it is arguably the most famous and successful flying boat ever built. Built in both flying boat and amphibious versions, over 3,200 built in North America alone. An incredibly popular and very, very versatile and useful aircraft. Used virtually in all theatres of operation in World War II and by all the Allied air forces and the US Navy. Very closely involved with the attack on Pearl Harbor and the interception of the Japanese invasion force on its way to Ceylon, and also the discovery and shadowing of the Bismarck prior to its destruction and the sinking of several dozen U-boats as well. Marvellous aircraft this, and its sheer style and grace brings a real romanticism in stark contrast to the work it did during the war years. Its crews claimed 2 of the 4 Victoria Cross medals awarded to Coastal Command crews. After the war, surplus Catalinas served with numerous military and commercial operators around the world and find all sorts of lives as Morris Fire water bombers, survey aircraft, and also air display stars. There are around 14 or 15 airworthy examples, of which Gulf PBYA, Miss Pickup as it is more affectionately known, is the most active. Catalina is actually 72 years old and is built by Canadian Vickers at Cartierville in Quebec for the Royal Canadian Air Force in the autumn of 1943. The aircraft was involved in hunting enemy submarines, patrolling day and night along the coast of Western Canada. Post-war was used as a freighter before joining the search and rescue flight, where it served until finally being sold in 1961. Led an interesting career, fairly lengthy as a water bomber fighting forest fires all over Canada, and with some additional work in the south of France and Chile. Then on, it went into an African safari project, and as I look up, it's great to see there with the lights on and the gear extended, the floats retracted back up. Toy project never actually got off the ground, sadly, although it did have the huge one-piece rear hull blisters fitted. And you can see it's like actually when you're inside the aircraft, it's like being in a massive greenhouse. Catalina, though, was abandoned for many years in a car park in the Nino. And it was from there that the company claimed sailing located the aircraft, and after a long search worldwide, brought it back. Got it refurbished in Duxford, and you now see it after years of hard work and massive amount of support. Just getting it across here was quite a feat in itself. The ferry flight across the Atlantic from St. John's to Shannon lasted nearly 13 hours in temperatures as low as minus 26. You may wonder about this pickup derivation, because that is what this aircraft is currently representing, a United States Army Air Force OA-10A Catalina. It was based at Halesworth in Suffolk in 1945, flown by the 5th Emergency Rescue Squadron within the US 8th Air Force, and was used for rescuing downed aircrew in the North Sea. Placing this pickup nose aft is based on some original World War II photographs that came to life only as recently as 2011. The original missed pickup was lost in the North Sea during an attempt to rescue a downed P-51 Mustang pilot. Due to engine problems, the Catalina could not take off, and after drifting all night, it itself was shot up and sunk by a Luftwaffe Me-262 jet. As a result of that, the crew had gone out to rescue, then had to be rescued themselves, and were eventually taken to Great Yarmouth by lifeboat. The loss of this famous aircraft, this pickup, is recorded on the Counting the Cost Memorial Sculpture at the American Air Museum at their own Duxford Air Base. Today of the very able Robin Booking and Gareth Flynn. This really is a formidable aircraft. It's over 63 feet long with a wingspan of 100 feet. Fully loaded weight over 33,000 pounds with a normal crew of 8. Service ceiling, though, relatively sedate at around just under 180 miles an hour, with a service ceiling just under 15,000 feet. But it has phenomenal patrol range out to 2,545 miles. Powered by two 1,200 horsepower Pratt & Whitney twin Wasp radiators. Imagine yourself what a welcome sight this aircraft would have been to downed airmen, or even just perhaps sailors themselves who needed rescue as well, to hear this almost albatross looking aircraft pitch up over the horizon. Of course, from an enemy perspective, however, this aircraft would have been armed with depth charges and machine guns, and occasionally torpedoes as well. The only place that they'll be displaying today, they will be supporting the Scottish Air Show across at Portrush as well. Now I hear traffic bidding it a farewell, and what a lovely sight that was. Absolutely absolutely superb. And